Hey Spartans, I'd like to welcome you to my first episode of Halo 5 Gameplay Breakdown. And in this series, I'm just going to take some of the Arena and Slayer matches that I've played and show them off and try to break down what I've done wrong, what I've done right, and hopefully people can learn from this as well as myself. So the first match here is going to be an Arena Slayer match on the map Coliseum. And right now when I think of Halo 5, I generally think of the map Coliseum. I think it is the best it has to offer. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to take this in theater mode. Granted, the reticle in theater mode lags a bit behind, so some of the shots will look slightly off. So just keep that in mind when you're watching. Also, I feel like there's a lot of depth in Halo 5's arena play that we haven't really scratched the surface of yet. So I'm hoping to break that down a little bit more and interact with community. Hopefully you guys can give me your input and we can all just improve together. So this is going to be a really short breakdown toward the end of the match. As you can see, we're up 4 kills, and the enemy is in the opposite base. I should also note that until the ranks reset, all of these videos are going to be played at the higher Onyx level between 1750 and 1900, unless stated otherwise. I'm also going to try to remember who I'm partied up with and who else on my team has a microphone that I'm communicating with, so we can discuss the communication aspects of what's on the screen. So, as I said, we begin. We're up 4 kills, and the enemy team has a sniper rifle over on the blue bridge. I'm going to leave the outlines on too so we can see where everyone is. As we can see, the blue team is just coming off a spawn in their side, and this Spartan here is armed with the sniper rifle. So I think I might have just gotten picked off right here, so I was trying to communicate that to my team so we can decide what to do. Now off the spawn I picked up a DMR because I know I'm going to have a long range engagement with these players. So I take another peek to see if that sniper rifle is still there. This is actually a very risky play and very stupid. I knew where the sniper rifle was, and there's really no point in poking out there just to get visual confirmation of that. But as you can see right there, there is... The theater in Halo 5 is a bit frustrating to deal with as your player camera switches when you move the playback point, but that's neither here nor there. So as you can see, I came over here and got the DMR, and we're right back at this point. So as you peek over there, you will see a faint the glint on the sniper rifle. It shows you that he indeed does have a sniper. So when I saw that, my first instinct was to try to de-scope him so I wouldn't get my face ripped off. So that's what happened there, and the sniper rifle backed down. So I communicated that to my team, and I know I was playing with May 1269-4, and the other two were in a party, so we weren't able to communicate with them. Pro tip, guys, always make sure you're communicating with your team. Going into an arena match without your game chat enabled is a disaster. So since I know that sniper is on the bridge, I also know there's really no point in trying to move out onto Red Elbow or up to this top rocket area, as the sniper on the blue bridge has a great line of sight to that area. But since the power position here on green is actually more covered, it would be smarter to move through that area and try to apply some pressure. So that's what we're doing, and I'm telling my team just to make sure you don't make any risky plays. You can see that guy jumps up onto top snipe and begins an engagement, and here's another tip. Always look for your teammates, that is, names, their call signs. If they light up orange, that means they're in combat. So since I saw STR7's light up orange, I knew that he was in combat with someone on top snipe, since that was where he last was. So I pick up the battle rifle, as it is an excellent mid-range weapon, and sure enough, I see the guy he was engaging with drop down. I see his shield flickering, so I know he's in trouble, and I'm going to try to assist him here. Now, since Argo moved behind cover, I know there's a great tendency for players to want to chase kills, and right there, I see him actually take out STR7. However, I've also noticed there's a great tendency for players to move toward an area where they just got a kill from. So I make a prediction that he's going to move forward and throw a prediction grenade. And sure enough, he comes around the corner and gets caught in that blast, making him one shot with an easy cleanup. Generally, I don't like to move to where I just killed someone. So I like to back up here and survey the situation, as I knew that sniper was still top blue bridge, and he has a great line of sight down into red yard. So there's no point to give him a line of sight on my head. Now backing up, I see one guy on blue elbow and communicate that out. And I also see the rocket launcher coming on a 3-second timer. This is an excellent trick, an excellent grenade trick for the Combat Evolve medal that can really swing some matches on Coliseum. And since I know this is going to enter into a slow down dance type of Slayer match, I'm going to attempt to use this grenade trick to get the rocket launcher. So I'm going to try to break this down as best as possible to show you how to do this. On red side, there is a little notch right where I'm going. See if I can get the camera out better. Right here where this flower is. If you wedge yourself in between that flower, you can kind of feel your Spartan click against the wall, just as right there. As you'll see, it just slid in, and then you want to aim your reticle directly between the sharp point of the left structure and the corner of the right structure. As you can see right here is where you want your reticle, and you throw the plasma grenade. I should have timed the plasma grenade better and set that up better, but sure enough, if done correctly, the rocket launcher will come flying to the BR side of your choice. So I'm going to back up and show that again from a third-person perspective here. So let's go up and I'll show you exactly where the grenade lands and how to set this up again. So from here, as you can see, it has to be a plasma grenade too. Launches, you have to have a plasma grenade for those of you that don't know. So you can see me clean up that kill, and here I come back and I see the weapon timer going. So as you can see, my Spartan just nudged into that corner. Then you want to turn around, directly aim between these two structures. As I said, you want between this sharp corner here and that flat corner. So generally about right here. As long as your reticle's in between that, you should be good to go. So then we launch the plasma grenade, and as you will see, it's going to land directly behind the rocket launcher. Anytime you're doing these weapon launches, you want the plasma grenade to land a few feet behind the weapon. That way when it explodes, as you can see from the blinding effect, the rocket launcher will fly in the direction that the plasma grenade was facing. So as you can see, there was the Combat Evolve medal, and that rocket launcher trick is going to really swing the tide of this match. So as I have the rocket launcher, I see J May's clan tag or call sign light up on his X. So I know there's someone up here engaging with him, but I don't want to risk that with the rocket launcher. So I call out to everyone, just come back. I see we had 3 down, so there's no point in me pushing with that weapon. Try to be situationally aware of what's going on, especially in Slayer matches when every kill counts. If you see someone's X light up and you think you have a power weapon that you can make a push on it, try to do so. It's even better if your teammates that just died are communicating with you, because then you know the situation you're facing. But in a situation like this where every death matters, I want to play it a little slower since I have the de facto power weapon on this map. So jumping back up to red BR, I'm just trying to get a situational awareness of where the enemy team is. I know there's still a sniper rifle on Blue Bridge, so I do not want to engage him in a longer line of sight. Now, as you can see here, we have someone on the red side sneaky. I have a prediction that he's going to be there generally because my teammate died a few moments ago with his X on top green, so I know there's going to be a player around here. Now, when you go through corners like this, you want to make sure you check them first. So I want to clamber up to this ledge, and that way I have the height advantage to shoot down at him with the rocket launcher. I jump to accentuate that even more and land the rocket right on his dome. Now, after I got that kill, I knew we were in the lead, so I did not want to hang around up here any longer, especially since that rocket also took my shield down. If there was someone over on blue side slide going to fridge, they could have easily cleaned me up. So right now I just want to back down and communicate that we have a 1 kill lead and to not make any crazy pushes or plays. So this area is where I want to patrol with the rocket launcher because I have a weapon that can deal massive splash damage. I don't have to be very accurate, and it's going to be better with a height advantage, a situational, I guess you could call ambush, as well as a gray area of effect. So I see the guy going on blue slide, as I generally think that's where they are. So as he backed down, I see 2 pop up, and I want to fire a rocket right at the wall behind them to try and get that splash damage. You don't need direct hits. However, these 2 Spartans know I have the rocket launcher and decide to back down, and the splash damage doesn't really damage either of them. So I'm going to shoot a second rocket as I saw that guy's shield pop and just try to get the kill, but that doesn't happen. They've backed further down into the fridge area. So since I know that, I want to move in and engage while they think I'm still on red side. And a great way to do this is with blue sneaky. You do not be exposed to fire from multiple angles. So I know I'll have my back to the wall in the corner here with the devastating rocket launcher. So as I turn the corner here, I know these two guys are still on blue slide since I do not see them leading back to blue cave. So as of right now, I know that I have my two teammates as well as J May, who I'm talking with, pushing up that side trying to distract them. If they can get a good crossfire on these guys, I'll be able to blindside them with the rocket launcher, which is exactly our plan. This is not just an impromptu push. I'm communicating with Jason here, telling him exactly where to go, and he's telling me where the opponents are. That way we can get a good pinch. So as I come around the corner, I see these two guys. I'm not sure why I didn't fire the rocket launcher at them, but I believe it was just on my radar that I saw him and I was afraid of getting back smacked and losing this rocket. So I decided to fire the rocket directly at the ground and take him out. You always want to fire the rocket at a wall or the ground around an enemy to take advantage of that splash damage. So as I get that kill, it happens, my three teammates take out one of the guys on blue slide. So as that happens, J May communicates that with me and tells me that we have a number advantage and to directly engage this Spartan. So I'm going to throw a grenade just to try to put as much damage on him as possible. I know I'm probably going to die here as I'm in a close range engagement with an assault rifle and he has his reticle trained on me. But I'm just trying to put off as much damage as possible here to make the winning kill easy to clean up. If you're ever in a situation that you know you're going to die, just put as much damage on the nearest enemy as possible and communicate that enemy's location to your team. So as you see here, we have a great crossfire on him, and I actually end up getting the headshot for the kill there as I go down and the double kill. So guys, this was the first gameplay breakdown, and the main thing I wanted to get off of this video is that you can perform some really good weapon launches with plasma grenades, and they have the potential to wildly swing matches in your favor. So I hope you guys can use these tips and take them into your next Coliseum match. I will see you next time, Spartans. Catch you on the battlefield.